transform your life in 2025. 2025 isn't just another year, it's the chance for you to reshape your life. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Change begins with you. Make the decision to become the person you've always wanted to be and watch your life transform. It's the perfect time to set yourself up for real, lasting change. Are you prepared to take charge of your life and make this year the one where success thrives in every aspect of your life? What if the key to a better life isn't about drastic, sweeping changes, but rather small, consistent habits that can truly alter your future? In today's video, we'll be discussing 10 life-changing rules to follow in 2025 that will lead to success, happiness, and personal growth. These are practical steps you can start implementing today. Stay with me as we break down the essential actions to take in order to get out of your own way and build the life you've always desired. Let's get started with the first point. Live with purpose every day. Remember, life is too precious to let it pass by on autopilot. Purpose isn't just about achieving big dreams or having grand plans, it's about understanding why you wake up each day. The greatest tragedy in life isn't death, it's living without direction. Without a clear sense of purpose, your days can feel empty, and as time passes, you might wonder where it all went. Purpose gives meaning to even the simplest tasks and turns an ordinary day into something extraordinary. Living with purpose means every moment matters. You'll stop wasting time on things that don't truly serve you and start focusing on what brings you joy, growth, and fulfillment. Ask yourself this: what am I doing today that will matter 5 years from now? If you can't answer that question, it's time for a change. Living with purpose begins with clarity. Get clear about what you want from life. What are your goals? What kind of person do you want to become? These questions aren't just philosophical, they're practical. Write your answers down. Don't leave them floating in your mind. When you write something, it becomes real. Rule 1. Set clear and achievable goals. You can see it, touch it, and come back to it. Don't wait for the perfect moment to begin because that moment doesn't exist. Some people say, I'll get serious when the new year comes, or I'll find my purpose once I'm settled. But let me tell you, waiting is the enemy of progress. If you wait for everything to align perfectly, you'll remain stuck exactly where you are. So, start now. Take small steps. Do one thing today that aligns with your goals. Living with purpose isn't just about what you do, it's about how you do it. Bring intention into every aspect of your life. If you're working, do so with excellence. If you're with your family, be fully present. Don't just go through the motions. When you give your best effort, even the smallest tasks become meaningful. Now, here's something crucial. Living with purpose requires discipline. You can't let distractions pull you away from your goals. Social media, endless scrolling, and mindless entertainment are all thieves of purpose. Be aware of how you're spending your time. Every minute you waste is one you'll never get back. Guard your time as if it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Don't confuse being busy with being purposeful. It's easy to fill your day with tasks and still accomplish nothing. Purposeful living is about quality, not quantity. Focus on the few things that truly matter and give them your full attention. One powerful way to live with purpose is by serving others. When you make a difference in someone else's life, your own life gains meaning. It doesn't have to be something grand. A kind word, a helping hand, or even a smile can brighten someone's day. When you contribute to the well-being of others, you experience a deep sense of fulfillment. Remember, purpose isn't something you find, it's something you create. You create it through your choices every day. You create it by the values you live by and the actions you take. If you want 2025 to be your best year yet, start living with purpose today. Make every day count. In the end, purpose is what gives life its richness. It's what pushes you forward when things get tough. It's the light that guides you through challenges. Without purpose, life feels empty. But with it, every day brings you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Quit settling for mediocrity. Mediocrity is the enemy of greatness. It's that comfort zone where nothing improves, nothing grows, and nothing truly satisfies. If you want to change your life in 2025, you need to make one firm decision. Stop settling for mediocrity. It's like quicksand, it keeps you stuck, but it's so subtle that you don't even realize it's happening. One day, you wake up, and years have passed. You're still in the same place, doing the same things, feeling the same frustrations. You deserve more than mediocrity, but it starts with believing. Rule 2, build consistent daily habits. You can have more. Most people settle because they've convinced themselves that better isn't possible for them, or they think they can't have better. But that's a lie. To demand it from yourself. If you're tired of your job, your habits, your relationships, or even how you feel about yourself, it's up to you to change it. Nobody is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you a better life. It's something you have to create for yourself. Settling for mediocrity often stems from fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. But here's the truth, the things you fear most are often the ones that hold the most potential for growth. If you're not willing to take risks, you'll never experience the fulfillment that comes from living a life that excites you. Start facing those fears one by one, and they will lose their power. The moment you confront them directly, you'll realize they're not as strong as they seem. Leaving mediocrity behind means raising your standards. Look at every area of your life, your health, your career, your relationships, your mindset, and ask yourself, am I accepting less than I deserve? If the answer is yes, it's time to make a change. Don't just think about it. Write it down, commit to it, and make it non-negotiable. High standards aren't about perfection. They're about progress. They're about refusing to stay stuck when you know you're capable of more. To break free from mediocrity, you need to embrace effort. Let me tell you, nothing worthwhile comes easy. Excellence requires discipline, consistency, and sacrifice. It's about doing the hard things even when you don't feel like it. It's about staying focused when distractions surround you. And it's about being willing to fail, learn, and try again. Another key to quitting mediocrity is surrounding yourself with people who push you to be better. If you spend time with people who settle, you'll start thinking that settling is the norm. But when you're around high achievers, you'll be inspired to aim higher. Seek out those who challenge you, encourage your growth, and remind you of what's possible. You also need to stop making excuses. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for where you are. But excuses only help you avoid taking responsibility. Own your life. If something's not working, don't complain, change it. It's not about blaming yourself, it's about empowering yourself to take control. Mediocrity thrives on a lack of goals. If you don't know where you're headed, you'll end up anywhere, and that's rarely where you want to be. Set clear, specific goals for 2025. Break them down into actionable steps. Track your progress and celebrate every win, no matter how small. Goals give you direction, and direction keeps you moving forward. Finally, foster self-discipline and focus. These are the pillars of success. Without them, even the best plans will fall apart. The truth is, most people struggle not because of a lack of talent or resources, but because they lack the discipline to stick with it and the focus to keep moving forward, even when the path isn't easy. Rule 3, adopt a growth mindset. Many people struggle not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they can't stay consistent. Distractions, emotions, or excuses pull them off track. If you want 2025 to be a year of real transformation, mastering 2 crucial skills is essential: self-discipline and focus. Self-discipline isn't about perfection. It's about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early to work on your goals instead of hitting the snooze button. It's choosing healthy food when junk food is tempting. It's sticking to your plans even when quitting seems easier. Discipline means making decisions based on your long-term goals rather than short-term feelings. The first step in mastering self-discipline is identifying your non-negotiables. What habits, actions, or routines must you absolutely stick to? Write them down. These are the commitments you must make, no matter what. Whether it's exercising daily, investing time in personal growth, or staying consistent with your work, these non-negotiables will serve as the foundation for your discipline. Once you define them, you remove the mental debate of should I or shouldn't I. Discipline is cultivated through consistency. Start small, focusing on one habit at a time. Trying to change everything at once is a setup for failure. For example, if you're working on improving your fitness, commit to just 15 minutes of exercise every day. Once that becomes part of your routine, you can expand from there. Discipline and builds momentum. Now, let's talk about focus. In today's world, focus is a superpower. With constant notifications, endless content, and countless distractions, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. To stay focused, you need to be intentional about where you direct your attention. Start by eliminating distractions. Turn off unnecessary notifications, set boundaries for social media, and create a workspace that helps you concentrate. Focus also requires clarity. If you don't know what you're working toward, you'll waste time on tasks that don't matter. Identify your top priorities. Ask yourself, what are the 3 most important things I need to accomplish today? Write them down and tackle them first. Starting your day with clear intention sets the tone for productivity. Another essential part of mastering focus is learning how to say no. You can't do everything, and attempting to do so only dilutes your efforts. Saying no to tasks, commitments, and distractions that don't align with your goals is key. Saying no isn't selfish, it's necessary for staying on track. Self-discipline and focus also require mental resilience. There will be days when you feel unmotivated or overwhelmed. In those moments, remind yourself why you began. Visualize the results you're working toward. Think about how much better your life will be once you achieve your goals. This mental reset can help you push through challenging time. One of the biggest challenges to focus is multitasking. Contrary to what many believe, multitasking doesn't increase productivity, it actually hinders it. Instead, focus on one task at a time to give it your full attention and achieve better results. Rule 4, prioritize health and fitness. In today's environment, productivity is sometimes misinterpreted. Instead of increasing concentration, it might dilute your attention and lower the quality of your job. That's why it's critical to commit to single tasking. When you're working on anything, give it your whole concentration. Finish one job before proceeding to the next. Discipline and attention are habits, not intrinsic characteristics. Nobody is born with flawless discipline or laser-sharp attention. These abilities develop over time. The more you practice, the stronger your habits will become. Consider each day a chance to develop your thoughts and behaviors. If you can perfect self-discipline and attention by 2025, there are no limits to what you can accomplish. These abilities will assist you in staying on track, overcoming difficulties, and making your dreams a reality. Decide now to take charge of your time, activities, and life. The benefits will be worthwhile. Embrace pain and take chances. Growth does not happen in comfort zones. It occurs when you push yourself into the unknown. Try something that worries you and refuse to let fear control your actions. If you want 2025 to be a life-changing year, you must be willing to face pain and take risks. It's not easy, but it is vital. The fact is that comfort zones are harmful. They keep you locked in routines, restrict your potential, and force you to accept less than you're capable of. Discomfort is where breakthroughs occur. Think of times in your life when you accomplished something noteworthy. Did being comfortable or from pushing yourself? Whether it was beginning a new career, acquiring a new skill, or standing up in a difficult circumstance, you progressed because you were ready to be uncomfortable. The same approach applies to whatever goal you desire to attain. Taking risks does not imply being irresponsible. It entails making deliberate choices that propel you toward your objectives, despite the chance of failure. Yes, hazards include uncertainty, but the greater risk is being static. When you avoid taking risks, you lose out on possibilities for advancement, success, and satisfaction. One of the most common reasons individuals avoid uncomfortable situations is fear of failure. But failure is not the adversary. It is a teacher. Every mistake you make is a chance to learn and develop. Instead of avoiding failure, accept it. View it as a stepping stone, not an obstacle. The most successful individuals in the world are not those who never fail. Rather, they are those who refuse to be discouraged by failure. To fully accept suffering, begin small. Push yourself in situations when the risks are not too great. If public speaking scares you, start with speaking in front of a few friends. If you've been avoiding uncomfortable talks, start one with someone you can trust. Each time you move beyond of your comfort zone, you gain confidence and resilience. Taking chances requires a mentality adjustment. You should stop asking. Rule 5, practice time management. What happens if I fail? It's easy to get caught up in the dread of failing, but instead, consider asking yourself, what if I succeed? Concentrate on the opportunities rather than the possible failures. Consider the benefits of taking that risk, whether it's a new profession, healthier connections, or personal development. Allow that vision to drive your determination to continue ahead. Discomfort is generally associated with progress, and if you are not uncomfortable, you are most likely not pushing yourself. Learning a new skill, adjusting to a new environment, or changing a bad habit all need some level of suffering. However, keep in mind that the pain is just transient, and the advantages are considerably longer lasting. Taking chances not only benefits you, but also motivates others. When others see you taking action and pursuing your objectives, they will be inspired to do the same. Your bravery may have a ripple effect, inspiring people around you to push themselves. Let us not overlook the benefits of taking risks. While things may not always go as planned, there is always the opportunity of doing something absolutely remarkable. The greatest benefits often result from the biggest risks. Whether you're establishing your own company, relocating to a new place, or chasing a long-held ambition, the potential result is worth the effort of accepting pain. You must quit seeking approval from others. Taking risks frequently entails making choices that many around you may not comprehend. They may question, doubt, or criticize you. But their views do not determine your achievement. Stay focused on your objectives, believe in yourself, and remember that the pain of remaining the same is much greater than the discomfort of change. When you avoid taking chances, you prevent yourself from making progress. You pass up the opportunity to live a life that stimulates, challenges, and satisfies you in the long term. The sorrow and regret much outweighs the brief discomfort of taking a risk. So, in 2025, commit to embracing discomfort and taking chances. Challenge yourself to do the tasks you've been avoiding. Accept chances that worry. Allow fear to inspire you rather than keep you back. The life you desire is just outside your comfort zone, but you must take the first step. Once you do, you'll uncover qualities, talents, and opportunities you never knew existed. Accept failure as your greatest teacher. Failure is not the end, rather, it marks the beginning of progress. We often ignore difficulties and pass up chances because we are afraid of failing. However, failure is not something to dread, it is something to learn from. Every failure teaches a lesson. Every mistake provides an opportunity to learn, and every disappointment may lead to something bigger. To make 2025 a revolutionary year, your attitude on failure. Rather of seeing it as a sign of weakness or loss, consider it a teaching tool that demonstrates what works, what doesn't, and where you can develop. Rule 6, learn how to adapt to change. The majority of individuals dread failure because it is associated with humiliation or inadequacy. However, everyone encounters failure. Even the most successful individuals in the world have experienced failure. The difference is in how they react to it. They do not let failure define you. Rather, they utilize it as motivation to keep going ahead. Consider this. Every idea, company, or achievement you appreciate today was most likely the result of a succession of failures. The route to success is seldom straight, and each incorrect detour helps you find the right one. When you fail, the first step is to admit it. Accept responsibility for what occurred, without making excuses or blaming others. This does not imply beating yourself up. Rather, it entails owning your involvement and determining what went wrong. Owning your shortcomings is liberating because it gives you back control. It demonstrates your flexibility, adaptability, and growth potential. The second stage is to reflect. What can I learn from this experience? Failure often reveals blind spots, shortcomings, or areas in which you need to develop. Perhaps you didn't prepare enough, took on too much, or miscalculated a difficulty. Whatever the cause, reflecting on your failure provides you with the necessary understanding to do better the following time. Failure also increases resilience. Each time you fall and get back up, you gain strength. You learn how to deal with disappointments, remain cool under pressure, and persevere when things go difficult. Resilience is not something you are born with, it is acquired through experience. And failure is one of the most effective instructors of resilience. Another valuable lesson that failure teaches is humility. It reminds you that you don't know everything, that you are not invincible, and that there is always potential for growth. Humility does not imply putting oneself down. Rather, it involves being open to criticism, acknowledging errors, and being willing to develop. Embracing humility allows for growth and advancement. Failure also promotes inventiveness. When things don't go as expected, you head outside the box, explore new techniques, and innovate. Some of the most important discoveries and ideas resulted from unsuccessful efforts. Failure encourages you to investigate ideas you would not have explored otherwise. To accept failure, you must let go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is the adversary of progress because it makes you unwilling to take chances, try new things, or go outside of your comfort zone. Nobody gets it right the first time, even athletes, artists, and entrepreneurs. The only way to be successful is to fail, learn, and try again. Failure teaches you how to appreciate achievement. Victory feels so much sweeter when you've battled, faltered, and fought your way ahead. It serves as a reminder of your hard work, the lessons you've learned, and the challenges you've overcome. Success after failure is more significant because you understand the road that led you there. Rule 7. Surround yourself with positive influence. The most difficult aspect of failing is coping with the views of others. People may condemn you, criticize you, or attempt to knock you down, but their views are irrelevant. What counts is how you view yourself and how you handle setbacks. Allow failure to increase rather than decrease your self-belief. In 2025, do not be afraid of failure. Allow it to educate, lead, and form you into the person you are destined to be. Each failure is a chance to become stronger, smarter, and more resilient. Failure brings you closer to success. Take that lesson into the new year, and you will be unstoppable. Now, let's discuss the significance of committing to constant self-improvement. The key to living a meaningful life is your desire to develop, progress, and improve every day. Self-improvement is a lifetime adventure that molds your character, increases your potential, and leads to chances you never imagined imaginable. If you want to make 2025 your year of change, you must totally commit to being a better version of yourself in all aspects of life. The first step towards self-improvement is to acknowledge that you are never completed. There is always something new to learn, no matter how much you already know. No matter how competent you are, there is always space for improvement. The minute you believe you've arrived, you stop progressing. To continue developing, you must stay interested, open, and modest. Self-improvement begins with self-awareness. You cannot develop until you understand where you need to alter. Take an honest look at your life, habits, routines, thinking, and action. What is keeping you back? What might be done better? Recognize your flaws, but do not focus on them. Use them as a growth blueprint. Set precise objectives to help you develop. Vague objectives, such as, I want to be better, don't produce outcomes. Instead, concentrate on specific, concrete objectives, like the following. I will read 1 new book a month. I'll exercise 3 minutes daily. And I'll learn a new skill every quarter. Clear objectives provide direction, motivation, and a mechanism to track progress. Another important aspect of self-improvement is discipline. Growth takes work, persistence, and sometimes sacrifice. You can't expect change unless you're ready to put in the effort. Whether it's getting up early to exercise, making time to master a new skill, or changing a bad habit, discipline is what keeps you going when inspiration wanes. Invest in your education. This does not necessarily imply returning to school unless that is your goal, but it does require devoting time and resources to learning. Read books, attend classes, watch instructional videos, or seek out mentors who can help you. Knowledge is one of the most potent instruments for self-improvement, and it cannot be taken away from you. Finally, surround yourself with individuals who will motivate and push you. The company you maintain has a significant influence on your development. Spend time with people who motivate you to be better, share your beliefs, and support your aspirations. Avoid negativity. Rule 8. Invest in lifelong learning. Distractions in your surroundings might help or hinder your progress. Choose carefully. Adopt a grateful and positive attitude. Self-improvement does not imply being severe on yourself or concentrating only on your shortcomings. Rather, it entails enjoying your accomplishments, acknowledging your strengths, and being enthusiastic about what you can achieve. Gratitude keeps you grounded, and optimism feeds your resolve to keep going. Physical health is an essential component of self-improvement. You cannot function well if you disregard your body. Prioritize exercise, diet, and sleep. A healthy body supports a strong mind, and together, they provide the groundwork for success. Do not disregard your emotional and mental health. Self-improvement is more than simply achieving external goals. It is about being more resilient, balanced, and self-aware. Practice mindfulness, control your stress, and get help when you need it. Emotional intelligence is equally as vital as technical abilities in overcoming life's obstacles. Monitor your progress. Improvement takes time, and it's easy to lose track of how far you've come. Keep a notebook, create milestones, and evaluate your objectives on a regular basis. Celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how tiny, and use them as encouragement to keep going. Take care of both your mind and your body. In a society that expects so much of us physically, psychologically, and emotionally, it's easy to neglect one of the most important components of well-being, our minds. Just as you care for your physical health with exercise, diet, and relaxation, you must also devote time and effort to your mental health. A keen, balanced, and robust mind is essential for success, happiness, and fulfillment in life. Awareness is the first step toward mental health. Recognize that mental health is as important as physical health. Many individuals focus on their physical health while ignoring symptoms of mental tiredness, stress, or emotional pressure. Recognize that a healthy mind and body go hand in hand. It is as vital as taking care of your body. Your mental health has an impact on all part of your life, including your relationships, job performance, and general enjoyment. Keep your mental energy under control in order to keep a healthy mind. Pay attention to what enters your thoughts. Your mental state is influenced by the stuff you consume, the conversations you have, and the people you spend time with. Choose positive influences that inspire and encourage you, and avoid negativity, gossip, and continual diversions that deplete your mental energies. Create a habit of lifelong learning. Your mind thrives on challenges and fresh experiences. Read a book, investigate new ideas, or acquire a new skill. Keeping your mind busy and engaged increases cognitive performance while also keeping you motivated and intrigued about the environment. Physical exercise benefits not only your body but also your mental health. Regular exercise boosts endorphins, lowers stress, and improves mood. A brisk stroll, a yoga session, or a gym activity may all help clear your mind and improve your mental clarity, ability for your actions. Another important aspect of mental health is realizing that a weary mind is more prone to stress, impatience, and poor decision-making. It is critical to emphasize great sleep by sticking to a regular schedule, establishing a relaxing sleep environment, and avoiding electronics before bedtime. Resting your mind is a need, not a luxury. A well-rested mind may boost clarity and resilience, making it critical for your overall well-being. Addressing your emotions is equally crucial. Bottled-up sentiments only add to mental and emotional stress. Allow yourself to process what you're feeling. Speak with someone you trust, write in a diary, or get professional treatment if necessary. Emotional awareness and expression are crucial for mental wellness. Expressing and managing your emotions might help you avoid feeling overwhelmed. Stress is inescapable, but how you manage it makes all the difference. Practice relaxing methods. Divide activities into smaller parts, and prioritize what is genuinely important. Remember that not everything demands your immediate attention, and it's okay to say no. Stress may have a huge influence on your emotional and physical health, so learn how to handle it successfully. Cultivating appreciation is another effective approach for mental health. A thankful mentality redirects your emphasis away from what you lack and toward what you have. Take a time every day to reflect on the wonderful parts of your life. Gratitude promotes optimism, lowers stress, and builds a more robust mind. Focusing on what you value may significantly improve your mood. Building good, supportive connections is critical to mental wellness. Emotional resilience relies heavily on human connection. Surround yourself with people who support, understand, and bring pleasure into your life. When you need assistance, don't be afraid to ask for it or to help others. Connecting with people helps you build mental and emotional resilience. It is equally crucial to be in touch with your inner conversation. The manner you communicate to yourself is important. Replace self-criticism with helpful ideas and encouragement. Treat yourself with the same love and empathy that you would show a friend. Positive self-talk prepares you to tackle obstacles with confidence, making it an essential discipline for personal development. Just like you wouldn't push a fatigued body to its limits, don't overwork your intellect. Allow yourself to relax and heal. Take pauses, detach from the continual pressures, and give yourself time to unwind. A well-rested mind is more creative, concentrated, and prepared to face difficulties. Taking care of your mind isn't an afterthought. It's necessary for a successful and fulfilling existence. As we approach 2025, it is critical that we let go of the burdens of the past. Holding on to regret, guilt, or previous failures traps you in a loop of self-doubt and hinders you from seizing fresh possibilities. Forgiving oneself is an important step in this process. Self-compassion entails accepting your flaws and realizing that your history does not define you. Everyone makes errors, but it doesn't mean you have to live with the consequences indefinitely. Forgiveness is a freeing action. It is about accepting that the past does not define your future. Holding on to shame or remorse connects you to previous versions of yourself. To completely realize your potential, you must break free from those emotional bonds. Recognize that you possess the ability to change and evolve. The person you are now is not the same as the person you were yesterday. And you may build a new future based on the lessons you've learned rather of your previous failures. Rule 10. Focus on progress rather than perfection, and accept mistakes and let go of the past. Letting go of the past entails liberating oneself from outdated narratives. Stop considering yourself as a failure or victim. Instead, see yourself as someone who has conquered obstacles and is capable of tremendous accomplishments. Use the lessons of the past to shape a better future, but don't let them determine how you perceive yourself or restrict your potential. Forgiving oneself is one of the most effective types of self-care. It does not imply forgetting what occurred, but rather accepting it, learning from it, and giving oneself permission to go on. You are deserving of serenity, pleasure, and prosperity, regardless of your background. As you enter 2025, resolve to let go of old regrets, forgive yourself for your faults, and allow yourself the opportunity to make a new start. This will help you to accept your full potential, face new difficulties with confidence, and live a life free of the past. The power of consistency. The capacity to persevere in the face of adversity or lack of immediate results is the key to success. Consistency is about endurance, not perfection. On days when you feel unmotivated or things don't go as planned, consistency is what keeps you on track and going ahead. Small, consistent efforts taken every day help to build momentum and provide long-term outcomes. To achieve consistency, begin by establishing clear, attainable objectives. These objectives do not have to be large. Small, manageable activities can help you stay focused and motivated. The key aspect is to come up every day and make improvement, even if it's just a little. This steadiness accumulates over time, building to bigger accomplishments. Create a schedule that supports your objectives, such as setting aside time each day to study, exercise, or work on a project. Your routine creates the basis for consistency, and remember that it's appropriate to change as required. Life changes, as do your priorities. The trick is to remain dedicated, even when things don't always go as expected. Self-discipline and small wins. Self-discipline is a key component of consistency. There may be days when you feel exhausted, irritated, or distracted, but your capacity to persevere and keep going will decide your success. Discipline entails doing what is necessary even when it is unpleasant. It's the engine that propels steady development. Celebrate your minor accomplishments along the road. Recognizing your work helps you stay motivated and fosters the habit of consistency. Even if development is gradual, every step matters. Over time, you'll realize how far you've come and how important consistency was to your success. In 2025, resolve to improve your consistency in life. It is not about working harder or quicker. It is about turning up every day, completing the job, and believing that your efforts will be rewarded. Success is a journey, and constancy is the compass that will direct you to your goal. Building consistency in daily habits. Some days, you may feel exhausted, disheartened, or reactive, but people who succeed do not allow those feelings define them. They realize that consistency entails remaining in the game, even when things are difficult. Begin by developing tiny, manageable habits. Do not overwhelm yourself by attempting to alter everything at once. If you want to start a morning routine, don't attempt to get up at 5 a.m. and work out for an hour on the first day. Instead, begin with 5 minutes of stretching or meditation. The trick is to get started and incorporate it into your daily routine. Once you've mastered it, you may expand on it. As your consistency improves, you will begin to notice the cumulative impact of your efforts. Small actions taken on a daily basis build up to significant outcomes over time. Consistency may not always result in quick pleasure, but it always leads to development. Over time, your activities will become second nature. Your achievement is the product of a series of persistent activities that have accumulated and multiplied. Discipline and tracking progress. One of the most important qualities of consistency is discipline. It's about doing what you have to do, even if you don't want to. Motivation might be transitory. Some days you'll wake up energetic and eager to take on the world, while others you'll want to click the snooze button and remain in bed. Consistency is not about depending on inspiration. It is about developing a disciplined habit that is independent of your mood. When you show up, even on the worst days, you demonstrate to yourself that you can rely on your own dedication. It's also crucial to monitor your development. Set specific, quantifiable objectives for yourself and monitor your progress on a regular basis. This helps keep you accountable and shows you how far you've come. When you can look back and recognize the minor triumphs you've had along the path, it motivates you to keep going. Tracking your progress also helps you keep focused on what is important, avoid distractions, and stick to your plan. Patience and invisible progress. Consistency requires patience. There will be days when you feel like you aren't making any progress. There may be times when the outcomes seem so far that you feel like you're wasting your time. However, keep in mind that development is not always obvious in the present. It's easy to miss the modest steps that pile up over time. Conclusion. Your roadmap for success in 2025. Maintain patience and confidence in the process. Every action you do, no matter how tiny, brings you closer to your objective. Don't allow setbacks or blunders undermine your constancy. There will be days when things do not go as expected. You may miss an exercise, skip dinner preparation, or get behind on a job. That is all right. What counts is that you do not give up completely. A slip-up does not undo all of your progress. It's not about being flawless. It's about sticking to your commitment and getting back on track as quickly as possible. Remember that consistency is a habit, which is formed over time via repetition and effort. It is also beneficial to surround oneself with individuals who support your objectives and keep you responsible. Consistency is much simpler when you have a supportive network to keep you on target. Find friends, mentors, or group of people who share your goals for personal development and achievement. They'll keep you going when your own motivation begins to wane. A good support system may make a huge impact. Consistency is more than simply working hard. It also means working smartly. Use your time carefully and ensure that the habits you develop align with your long-term goals. When you commit to consistency, you commit to a continuous process of progress. The more consistent you are, the more you will discover about yourself, your talents, and possibilities. You'll develop into a follower, someone who can be depended on to keep moving ahead regardless of the circumstances. And that is the kind of person who will succeed not only in 2025, but throughout their lives. So, in this new year, resolve to establish the habit of consistency. Show up every day. Do the task even if you don't feel like it. Trust that your tiny, persistent activities will yield huge, long-term outcomes. It is the key to leading a life of success, satisfaction, and progress. The power of consistency is in your hands.